allowed the two children to the budget.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go touchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud down, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh.
Hello there.
Maiyegun
No, I am starting this late, but it doesn't really matter. Better late than never. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. It is Maiyegun Brunch Time Live. I've got 2.5 hours to make your money, your lunch, your day just before the prime time. I have come with at least 2 topics, right? Some of them are like happening right now. I have brought them to you this afternoon. You can be part of it, right? Hear the broadcast. Thank you. If you are watching me from Oyo State, you possibly will be able to tell us what is going on. There are some clips coming down from Oyo State. They are conducting, or they are having their local government election today. A charade.
And yes, we like you too.
Then a tragedy that struck on East-West Road, the River State part of the East-West Road, where somewhere close to Eleme Petrochemical, you know the area. Yeah, a a petroleum truck, right, poured its contents on the road, and that sparked a fire. 5 people died. And that is just today. How many of you remember that lady, that police officer that went on to give a testimony at an Abuja church, and she was more or less like embarrassed, okay, for giving a testimony that a pastor didn't feel was true? What's the name of that church again? You will tell me. Anyway, she has come out again to seek the support after saying they've settled and she's forgiven a pastor. She's come out now to seek for your support because she's now a star. Now she can no longer just live like before. She needs some money to shop that status. I don't know if this is good news or not, but I will still share it with you. Tifnumbu, taking further, is drama of fraud, the con man, and then their cornfield, rats. So they have appointed, or he has appointed Jimovia as the, I don't even know the title, okay? Maybe the chairman of student loan. Easier that way, right? Now, George, student loan in Nigeria under Kolu as a chairman, they still haven't figured out how to pay you. So today, now let's kind of get into it quickly so that, this is like an appetizer. I think you know that, right? So it is also an opportunity for a lot of us to speak, for the first time, in case if you have been finding it difficult to really get onto the main primetime show. But let's use this appetizer this morning. Coming from Nigeria or your state, Seyi Makinde is their governor in Oyo. In Nigeria, you can have an election where a supposed winning party would actually struggle to have the majority or even to win the entire state as governors, even with the riggings and all that, okay? They still have to lose some places where you will see other opposition parties also winning few areas or seats in the state assembly. But immediately after that, every election afterwards will go straight the way of the ruling party because their job is to squeeze out and frustrate any opposition. In fact, local government election is just a ceremonial coronation for those selected party faithful to the ruling party in that state. But sometimes people feel like maybe, Seyi Makinde and his guys are a little bit different. But it's because you haven't really experienced them up close, politically too. In Nigeria, you are not allowed to share power or tolerate your own opposition, anybody trying to challenge you in a way. And you can use the same state institutions to stop them, commit electoral crime with no consequences. So this one that is happening in Oyo State today is a textbook definition and a true reminder of how rotten for those who are probably in a way, kind of still in doubt. The system is so rotten that you have to actually clear out the entire rotten system, okay, and possibly create new, fresh systems in pieces out of this gigantic fraud. called Nigeria. It is so deep that even if you are trying to fix it, if you have an idea, okay, let us try and fix so where are you going to start from? Because every rotten, every horrible things, illegal, no doubt, right? Every horrible things that the political class in Nigeria have gotten away with. They have gotten away with them because the people have tolerated them. They've normalized them. And this is why I'm going to show you this from your state today. They are having an election, right? So the first one is how is the election going? Here is one good example to remind you what it is like.
Àwọn neck officer wa no lọ yo àdìbò rárá ń bí báyìí àwọn náà kẹ́rù wọn lọ yìí o. Every time tó ń lọ náà aago 2 ló lù. Wọ́n kàn dúró kalẹ̀ ni kò sí materials. Àwọn náà ń lọ yìí o. Poly unit bí ni wọ́n ń lọ bóyá fẹ́ lọ ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ níbi tó kó gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ. Wọ́n kó materials wá. Wọ́n kó World 3 wá sí World 1. Wọ́n lọ ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ ní IDC. Tán ti tẹ̀ ní mẹ́wàá. Àwọn náà ń lọ yìí o. A fọwọ́ kàn wọ́n. Aago 3 ló yẹ kó close o. Aago 3. Àwọn rèé o. Àwọn rèé.
Believe pé wọ́n ti gbé bò yẹn lọ. Wọ́n ti gbé bò yẹn lọ. Wọ́n ti gbé bò yẹn lọ sá. Àjẹ́ wọ́n ti gbé bàbá fà lọ.
Nígbà tá a wá gbé sowó mọ́tò wà tí wọ́n wà dìbò fún wa wọn kan táwọn àwọn àgbà kò tí dìbò wà fún wa.
Ṣé wọn ò sí ìgbédè náà?
Wọ́n á rí. Káwọn kọrí lé wa.
Ààrẹ lè sun bí ààrẹ kọrí lé wa.
Tí èsè yẹn kan tí èsè yẹn méjì.
Àwọn ìyá ti pínlẹ̀ ní kálukú ti kọrí lé.
Ló kálukú ti kọrí lé. Òtún àná wọ́n ṣe àwọn náà gbalẹ̀ wa lọ. Òtọ́ ni àwọn náà gbalẹ̀ wa lọ. Wá jẹ́ ẹ̀jẹ̀ tí wọ́n wá láàárọ̀. Bó ṣe wá nìkan bí 11:30, ọwọ́ ní wọn ò rí àpótí kankan bí pé mo á rò pé yá tiẹ̀ parọ́ ìwé ìbóyá ó parọ́. Mo fún wa níbi káwọn náà dé bíbá yìí ká yẹ̀ wò.
Wọ́n ti gbé wa ń dàjí. Ìdajì.
Ẹ máa lọ lé yín. Wọ́n ti kọ results. Ṣé máa waste time ara yín, ẹ máa lọ lé wọ́n ti kọ. And just like that, no argument. Oh, but that's how they always do. Right there, everybody will just stand up and they will go home. That's how they normalize it all, right? It's like, okay, what do you want them to do? What do you want them to do now? Of course, you can ask me what do they want you to do when people you did not choose are parading themselves as being chosen by you. And there is nothing you can do. Because to you, it is not worth shutting down the entire process. Maybe now the votes. You got there, they've shortchanged you. But they are going to announce the winner at night. Even the party chairman, AAC chairman in your state, they had to handcuff him for arguing too much. Is it new? Then you will see the same people, disenfranchised people, who are going to be robbed, who are going to be cheated and stolen from later, right? They will say, are you expecting AAC to win? Benny, forget it, Jare. Even people are complaining of rigging. AAC2 is complaining of rigging. That's how they normalize it. Okay? Yeah, see chairman.
Thank you very much. My name is Kyle.
Please, hey officer, please give us 2 minutes.
They won't allow you to address now. They won't allow you to address. They were trying to
No, we are hearing you. We are hearing you,
Please,
please.
officer.
We are hearing you now. We are hearing you. We are hearing you. We are hearing you. Why, please? Okay.
What's your purpose here?
I belong to the state chairman of the Abuja National Congress. We are chasing IPAC as a monitoring team for this election. We're coming, observing the reason why elections materials were not being distributed to all polling units. And we're coming, monitoring, and moving around. And getting here, we saw that DPO. Not even that DPO. It was one, NSCDC that was here.
Okay.
Are you getting me now? And the man walked up to us and said, why do we speak like that? I said, sorry.
Excuse me,
I was even embracing that man. Okay. Suddenly this man just came in that I'm very special. He said he has been doing this and will continue to do this. He terrorized me, he harassed me, he talked to me.
What is going on?
That's the party chairman. What are you going to do? If you see your party chairman handcuffed by the NSCDC police, simply because he is considered a troublemaker for asking questions. So what are you going to do? What are we going to do now, Abi? What do you want us to do? Nothing. So that's how you normalize it. That's how it, you know what I mean? You know, because you are not ready to kind of face those. They know you would never do anything. And if there are a few of you who decided to want to pretend to do something, once they probably give them, you know, a little bit of a slice or crumb from their bread, right? That too will disappear. And that is in your state. See, East-West Road on, meanwhile, that for you, they are going to announce winners. So they are going to, possibly they have already started announcing winners. And those ones too, knowing now this state coordinated rigging is not going to reflect, it's never going to be the true reflection of the people. Why not just, you are the government in power, Abi. You have done so well, you've been there for over 4 years, Abi. So why not just let the people decide? Like everybody should decide whoever they wanted. Why muzzle them? Why use, you know what I mean, right? Well, it is Nigeria, that's how they do it. Okay? It's how they do it. So going on, you've heard about the East-West Road many times. You should. The East-West Road, as it is pronounced, right? It is the road. It should have been the longest, possibly the busiest road ever in the entire Africa. I'm not exaggerating. Lagos-Ibadan Expressway alone, on record, they say Lagos-Ibadan Expressway alone takes more than 200 million cars in a year. That passes through it in a single year. And you know how they do it. If you drive from Ibadan, you drive from Lagos to Ibadan. That is one. You drive from Ibadan. You drive from Lagos to Ibadan. Then you drive from Ibadan back to Lagos. You see the meter on the road, counting how many cars pass through it. Will count your car twice. So those of you who actually really have trick, there are people who will tell you that in a single month, they personally have more than 400 or 500 trips to and fro like that. But you see the East-West Road, right? As it is, you know, as it is named, right? Is the road that was to link the eastern part of Nigeria. And they are using this East-West too, because even though they have used politics to divide that region, the old eastern region after the war, right? But they still refer to it as East, even in their own book. So the East-West Road, the way it works is that it's a road that will start from Lagos, go through Ondo, Delta, you know, Onitsha, Aba, all these areas, right? And it's going to go it's going to go and end at Akwa Ibom, very close to, it's going to go and end at Calabar, very close to Bakassi, like you they go Cameroon. It was supposed to be like 10-lane road. The guy the PDP gave the road to, you won't believe it, or you should. The man they gave the contract to is the man who is now in prison trying to steal a boy's kidney for his own daughter, Ekwere Madu. It was Ekwere Madu's government, company that got the East-West Road contracts as far back as 2007, if not before then. And it has always been ongoing, never finished. Okay? But that is not the tragedy. The tragedy is that that uncompleted road has been a permanent disaster, especially for road travelers. They can tell you their stories. It has claimed many lives that are not even announced. But you see this one that happened this morning, when a fuel tanker, lost control, crashed, and spilled its contents. And you see, it was the moment that it was really, really a busy road. I'm talking about, for those who know the East-West Road, right? It's a very busy place. It's a very terrible road. Uncompleted. Never to be completed. For 20 years, nearly 20 years since they've started it. Or they've been talking about it. And billions of your money gone. So what then happened was that this tragedy, this recent one is sort of, I think probably it's home. Because it was like, you are in traffic. One moment you are in traffic, complaining about the terrible road, all these terrible governments. Look at this road and we are just stuck here in this traffic. And then boom! Like that. So you probably will not be the same again. Even if you live to tell the story. More than 100 people have been reportedly injured. Some of them badly. And we are talking about fire. Right? 5 died. Reportedly killed instantly when the smoke died down. I'll show you what it looked like.
Some people end their life like
Look at that walk road, they don't want walk road. If they don't want drive slow, they don't want drive slow. Now this one,
This is because of accident in the Roma Bible.
That was the main tanker that caused the accident. Did you see the scene there? Somebody said it's like a war zone. You're right. That's like 100 cars or 100 vehicles, including trucks and everything in them, burned to skeleton. And health and safety measure could have prevented that. Like, everybody is there like, oh my God, oh no, oh this and that. Including government officials. They will all react. Oh my God, oh no. But there is a lesson there, my brethren. Dear Templars, there is a lesson there. None of the horrible things that happens in Nigeria should be wished on anybody, including those who you don't even like. But here is something. When they say, may Nigeria no happen to us, I think that's a very good example to say things can happen to you when you are not, for any reason, expecting, the least time you expect it. And when corruption induced consequences like this, once they strike, they do not discriminate and go after those who are those who are backing or defending these rogues in your government. The consequences doesn't discriminate. It picks everybody. You are in your car, like I said earlier, you're in your car, thinking about your life, thinking about this Naira dollar exchange and how you're going to kind of pay your bills, or how you're going to kind of clear your business of this, or how you're going to pay your child's tuition. Everything you have there in your head, in your car, frustrated that, oh, which can contribute this? We are all stuck in this traffic. This country just wants to kill everyone, want to kill us. Road they can't fix. Economy they can't fix. You are there thinking. You may even be there in your car watching Maiyegun, shaking your head, agreeing with Maiyegun, and then boom, unplanned. That could be you. That's what I meant by when Nigeria happened to people. Not be everybody will live to tell this story. Not everybody. And there are consequences of bad governance. Okay. Consequences of corruption is beyond this looking at them and say they take money or they are thieves. I did a program on that yesterday, and I actually got feedback from some people who felt like, Maiyegun, don't use that line again. Maiyegun, don't use that line again, that these people are mad. Because some of us understand what it means to have a mental health problem. And in a way, when people seek help and get help, you see, you begin to make us to start feeling or having sympathy for these guys. I was like, and I did pray that the way I'm going to say it to you, you probably will be able to process it. So maybe not everybody is able to process it. I'm not asking you to feel sympathy for them. I'm asking you to help us to what? To further neutralize them. When people who don't know them, you know better now. So I don't know how to describe that in a way. But corruption will kill every one of us. Whether you are in Nigeria or you are outside Nigeria, with these rogues in charge, with these rogues and what they are doing, right? The consequences will kill every one of us now or later. That's what I mean by if you don't stop them. It's like living in a country led by mad people. So if you have anything to fight for, it's going to be to fight for your life. And how do you fight for your life? It is by ensuring you take power away from these lunatics. That's just what that is. When you know that they are really, really lunatics. Not people that want it. They don't want help. They have to be stopped. It has to be forced, or else they will do more damages, I promise you. When they fail to fix road and they fail to provide other facilities that could actually save lives, and until when lives are taken or destroyed, I mean, people die. Don't get me wrong, people die every day. Listen, millions of people die every day. Natural disasters, war, and stuff like that. So if Nigeria is fighting war, and you are having over 1,000 people slaughtered, killed, or accidentally slaughtered on the road, like this one that happened on East-West Road, due to terrible road, due to terrible regulations, and then effective control, health and safety. All these things that are ignored, they are things that are really, really expensive. They can take lives, including your life, including my life. If you find yourself in that contraption, your life, and it could be snuffed out of you anytime. Not that you are sick, not because you are unwell or something. I mean, people die normally. But when lives are taken unnecessarily, and it's like it's become a normal thing, we need to raise the alarm so that maybe you will stop. Maybe if you understand the danger too, you will join us in stopping these criminals. Because without some of you, they won't really last. They won't. But as if that is not ridiculous enough. Remember the lady that got, well, I'm not going to say assaulted, okay? She was bullied when she went to Dunamis Church in Abuja to go and give testimony of how God touched her life, God changed her life, She went back to school. She got LLB in law and blah, blah, blah. And the pastor stood up in front of the entire congregation and said, no, you're a liar. There's no cause called that. Listen, you are lying. Then she became tongue-tied. She couldn't rebuff back. And the entire congregation just agreed that she was lying. But she wasn't. No, she wasn't. She actually went back to school, but it was the National Open University she went back to go get the degree. She had the certificate, she had all of that to show for it. So the pastor apologized to her. According to her, she said the pastor apologized to her. And the whole thing is settled. Until 2 days ago, when she made a video asking all her fans that it has become very difficult for her to live normal life now. Now that her life has changed, she has become more popular. She can no longer live in the house she's living anymore for her safety. So she wants Nigerians to put some money together so that she can live the life of a star she is now. In her words, though.
Good afternoon, friends all over the world. I'm back to Abuja from Portharcourt, my vacation, and I want to thank God for the success of the journey, the successful journey He granted me and my team. I want to say to Nigeria that I am back now in Abuja, and this thing that happened is a thing of joy. I never dreamed of it, and it came this moment. I never dreamed of being a celebrity. It just came all of a sudden. I never prepared for it. So I want to use this medium to urge us to assist me in accommodation, because I am not buoyant now to rent a house, because where I am staying now is as risky now, insecurity, and it's very open place. And due to everybody has already known that I'm a celebrity. When I left Abuja, some people in my compound, they don't know what is happening, but I was there, and so many of them have heard what was going on. And some of them are saying that they are waiting for me. Even my brothers and sisters that stay with me, they told me that people gathered, men and women, they gathered and they said they are waiting for me. You can imagine. And a common man on the street cannot understand this. They may think that I have gone to Portharcourt, they have given me a much money. They have given me phone worth 1.8 million. They have given me land and so much, and so others. So that is why I'm voicing out, asking for assistance to enable me to get a place that I can stay, so that my life can be safe. As I'm talking to you, I'm just, hiding myself, so that people will not come and start misbehaving at my side. So please, if there is any way that I offended you people, please have mercy on me. Forgive me. Please forgive me. So it's not as if I plan it. And I never gather money one corner hoping that something like this will come up from enable me to rent my own house. I don't have money now. And the man that God used to help me, that is Mr. Azubike. I don't know him from anywhere. It's because of grace that God, grace that God found me with grace, that made him to say, come and rest. Let me take care of you, give you hope one way or the other. So I appreciate everything that he has done, but I'm voicing out now because of those that are waiting for me, thinking that they have given me millions of naira. So please, if there is any way you can help me for me to get accommodation where I can be secured as a human being. Intelligent people know what I'm talking about. Things like this, you don't need to move anyhow, and you don't need to stay anyhow. So please, if you don't mind, you can assist me for anything. Nothing is too small. I don't have money now to start, renting house, but I believe that God who did this will do the other one. So, and I promise that as long as God started this good news in my life, I want to make impact in other people's life as well, which God ordained me to and destined me to be a helper to other people. I never begged before. I never begged 1 naira.
Celebrity life is not easy.
Even the school I went, nobody have ever given me 1 naira or 5 naira, say join for your school fees and go and pay. I am the one that struggle it and pay it. I never knock for anybody's house and say give me food or give me money or anything. But people around me, they can testify. They always come around me to collect from me. And they are happy with me. So now, I don't have money because this thing came, imagine, unexpectedly. So please, and I want to, beg you again, please, if there is any way that I've missed it, I've offended you people, please, have mercy on me. Anything that you can use to support me, I don't want to, say, okay, let me push it to one person, because there are people that desire to have blessing as well in this issue. So then my God will bless them also.
Amen.
And God also will use me to make impact in the life of other people that are hoping on God to help them one way or the other. So the man standing by me, Mr. Azubike, you can see the way he's trying. He's trying his own possible best as well as any other person that can do. So I urge Nigerians to join him to, help me out, assist me one way or the other to enable me to be secure, my life to be saved. And also I want to use this opportunity to tell us about this man, this hotel, Mr. Azubike or Dr. Azubike, Barrister Azubike, Portland Resort Hotel in Portharcourt. It's a very nice and very big hotel, and it's very enjoyable. Anytime you feel like that you are going to Portharcourt, please try and lodge in that hotel if you can. It's very okay and it's secured. Security everywhere, and the place is very neat. Everything is intact. Nothing you look for to make yourself happy that is not there. So another person I want to appreciate, another company I want to appreciate is Ule Phone. In fact, I am enjoying this phone. It's a machine. This one is seriously machine. So next time I can use it on television. If you fall inside water, nothing is going to happen. So even though rain is falling, nothing is going to happen. Do you know that when I was coming back, there was no network, but this phone is connecting to network. I'm the only person that using network in that airport when the rain was, falling. Even when I get to Abuja, people are complaining that there's no network, but this phone is, in fact, is going. I'm getting so much network. You charge it, can take you like.
There are many weary one lay. Many weary one lay in Luyan, that place. Because my sister, why don't you just go and live your life? Like, you don't have to help anyone if you can't really help yourself. Sell that phone, 1.8 million naira. Anybody, if you give you 1.5 million, sister, sell it. Sell it and keep your old phone. I don't understand this. My life is not safe anymore. But when you are not Yeye Bello, now Yeye Bello stole from people, used the money to pay the school fees of his children in advance of 10 years. And now he is hiding and he's telling everybody that his life is not safe. Auntie, waiting. Now, Pastor, do not miss. Bully you. And we call it bullying because he used his powerful position in the public to shut you up when you were supposed to be a lawyer that graduated from National Open University. This is what itself, If nobody said they presented their usual certificate, Nigerians, they love certificate that way. They'll present certificate and say, who you are talking to. So, Auntie, you don't have to help anyone. You only went to church to give thanksgiving. And your pastor bullied you. Okay? So, and then you came out to say you are forgiven your pastor, your Baba Gio, and everything is fine. You even took a picture right? So how come 2 weeks or so later, story don't change, say your life no safe again because you are a star? You are using 1.8 million naira phone gifted to you. Among other things you have been given. Why do you need a gated place for security? Auntie, how come your house suddenly became too open? Because people are gathered, people are gathering. Auntie, you are not easy go. Everybody knows that. Well, maybe not everybody. Okay. On the lighter mode now, okay. If Auntie says in her area she's not safe because Nigeria is a place where dog eats dog, so to say. There are those whose poverty will make them gaze at her and think she has so much money, which I understand. Auntie, go find another place and live your life quietly. You don't have to start online charity. You will see that they still they give money. You want to say, okay, other people should have blessing through you. Other people can because I already tell you, say if you start foundation on top church testimony that went viral on social media, suddenly you're because if you think you have heard that one, Yeye Bello's lawyers, they are not giving up. They too have this to say. Despite the fact that Yeye Bello's sort of thieving is even like shocking to some of these young people in Nigeria. Like they've never heard stealing before. But you see, you have those who claim to be lawyers. Maybe they went to National Open University as well. They had this to say 2 days ago as well.
Corrupt free society like the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, will turn around to immerse itself into the very corruption it was created to curb. It is saddening and against the constitutional rights of Nigerians for the chairman of EFCC, Olanipekun Olukoyade, to embark on a media trial of a former governor of Kogi State, H.E. Yaya Bello, on a crime that a court of competent jurisdiction has not tried and convicted him. We must quickly remind Mr. Olukoyade that Yaya Bello as a Nigerian citizen, enjoys the inalienable rights of presumption of innocence, and the attempt to convict him before the court of public opinion without first securing a legal conviction is not justified under our esteemed laws. The threat by Mr. Olukoyade that he must see to the end of Bello's case or resign smacks of a calculated attempt at mischief and persecution. We urge Mr. President, who is currently enjoying the goodwill of the overwhelming majority of Nigerians, to immediately call on the chairman of EFCC call the chairman of EFCC to order before the latter brings his administration to public disrepute. The withdrawal of the appeal on the order restraining EFCC and its agent from arresting and harassing Yaya Bello by the commission itself is another indictment on the approach of the agency. When many Nigerians are wondering why the EFCC, which was quite abreast with the order stopping it from arresting Yaya Bello, will go ahead to lay siege on his house and illegally attempt to arrest him. Why? It is also clear that the EFCC's own admission that it filed the appeal against the order out of time shows flagrant disregard to the hallowed chambers of justice. A commission that is created by law to enforce the law cannot frankly disregard an order of court in such manner. From the foregoing, it is difficult to discard the growing concern of Nigerians that the EFCC is being used by desperate politicians to smear the good reputation of Governor Yaya Bello. The commission must redeem itself. The commission must redeem its already battered image by towing the path of legality in carrying out its constitutional mandate. We will no longer, I say we will no longer accept any disregard and breach of court order by the Commission. The Commission must take deliberate steps to ensure that it does not breach any laws in its further attempt to prosecute Yaya Bello. Nigerians are watching and will no longer tolerate the use of government institutions to settle political scores. Thank you so much, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Nuisance, Lele.
My mama or my papa go send me go school. I go through that Nigerian school. Can't do all I can to become a lawyer. They can't call me to bar. I am now a lawyer, a learned fellow as they call themselves. Then I will stoop so low to defend a thief in public. And I'll be screaming. Not only did I put on suits under the 70 degrees Celsius weather, shouting, "Soli, soli, soli, solidarity forever." Fully. Solidarity forever. Lẹ́nu lawyer soli. Omo. There are some certain things that sometimes you can't actually really describe them. And say, how are you describing it? Like, are they lawyers truly? Did you actually really go or pass through that law school and every other thing that is associated with it? Or it is a different ball game entirely? It's just a tag. Lawyers. Did you see how the way he's screaming? You could feel, the poverty from his, from his voice. Screaming out. Probably the more he screams, the more he will be paid. But how much do you think Yaya Bello will give somebody like that? Like, just imagine it. How much do you think? Maybe 1 million naira. Maybe 2 million naira. I mean, they don't really give them anything per se. Look at them. I'm not surprised, all right? So don't let us act surprised or alarmed that Yaya Bello has lawyers who are ready to risk it all, stage a protest for a thief. Right? You are there when Tifnubu hired over 40 sons when they asked him to present his school certificate. Alaye school, Ololo. Tifnubu failed to sign, to register, in his INEC form, he failed to put it there, which primary school he went or secondary school he went. It denied them. He didn't even fail any of them. He just put in his Chicago State Oluwole certificate. Then when they said, come and bring the proof that you went to school, he hired 40 lawyers. 40. When they went to America to go and get his academic record from the school he said they went, he hired another 30 lawyers, paid them over $2 million. This is true, real. Something where you could just open book and say, okay, God, this is what you are looking for. Take them. He had to hire lawyers. And there were lawyers who were there in court. Lawyers they were in court. And nobody has any right to ask for Tifnubu's certificates. No. It's against the law. It's against the right of privacy. But they did all of that. Now lawyers today, senior advocate of nuisance. Or maybe the senior advocate of narcotics. Our narcoticians. So lawyers in Nigeria. I know some lawyers that are possibly just like, this is our profession. They don't bastardize them. It don't make any sense anymore. How do you study law in a lawless country? Explain. Explain it to me like a 5-year-old. How do you study law in a lawless country? Why do you study law in a lawless country? Why? You've got lawyer and you've got politicians. Those who live off the leeches who live off the people, scavengers like these ones that will do anything and everything, including threatening. a state governor. They are all the same, right?
We want to sound it clearly to you and your people. If you don't stop, we will come after you. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. That government does not belong only to you. It belongs to the University. It belongs to the University. All of us fought for you to be there. And we can fight for you to be there. So if you want to continue to insult Wike, be prepared. When we come after you, you will run. You will run. So all those people that are encouraging you to say insult Wike, say this, say that, insult President Tinubu, that nothing will happen. When the thing will come, they will abandon you. We have done this before now. Yes. We are just the civil servants. Yes. We are the politician. We have not paid any price that were paid in the past. So I'm standing here on behalf of Grassroots Development Initiative GDI worldwide. Yes. To state clearly that as we finish this program here today, from tomorrow, we'll be observing you, we'll observe your supporters, we'll observe your followers. Any further attempts to insult the president of Nigeria, yes, to insult our grand patron by the way to Wike, then be ready for war and you will pay the price. Thank you and God bless all of us.
70 years old man.
Because it's a lawless place. Okay. That's a state governor is referring to. The state governor. He's a nobody, but he's a politician, partly of them in rank and order, but he's a nobody. But right there is giving a governor, a state governor, the last warning. If you insult Wike, if you insult Wike again, we will deal with you. The next time you will be watching you. You are your supporters. If you insult our leader, Wike again, you are looking for war. That's their politics in that place. That is their politics. Because it is the politics of normally it's politics of a chop by chop, but no, it's actually the politics of a winner takes it all and decide who to share the spoils with. And if the spoil is not shared adequately, then you will hear the rumble in the tumbler, rumble in the cup, storm in the teacup. The bunch of lunatics that are allowed to carry out all these their nefarious activities, because a lot of you are unbothered. That is why characters like this will continue to exist from the north to the east to the west to the, everywhere. But the consciousness of the people are going to continue to be awakened. And one day soon, there will be a spark. No, there will be a spark. It's just going to be, how? Call you.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, àgbàdo, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps, we create our food. That's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development. Don't call them illiterate. Don't talk about illiteracy. Anybody who can own gun, who can handle gun, who can cock gun and clean the chamber and cock and shoot is technically competent to repair a tractor, in the farm.
I'm learning that. It's one of his famous mental gymnastic of a lunatic. To be precise, like those are the symptoms, jargons. But it was entertaining. It sounded so serious and all that. Give me a sec. So that's that. The other part of the chart is that Kolu is now in Saudi Arabia. He got there last night. The guy is just going everywhere they want him to just go and show face. So tomorrow or today now, you are likely going to see him in Mecca or Medina, wrapping himself well with the white cloth, taking the picture and posting it online with the title Tifnumbu in Mecca to pray for Nigeria's unity, progress, and prosperity. But it's not bringing you peace, unity, or progress. It's not. It's not capable of giving you that. Somebody said, no matter what, no matter how Tifnumbu became your president, that what people really care about, that it doesn't really matter how he came to power. Okay? But what really matters is that if he is able to show a plan, to show a workable plan that people can look into and say, oh, great, give him time. It won't really matter. That's one of the most, it's one of the most dubious things to say. Okay? How people emerge or came to power actually matters. If they have no real connection with you, then you should never expect anything from them. Okay? But where you have real connection with those that want to elect you, right? That you look straight into their eyes, you sit with them, you have this chat and all that, you have this connection, this bond. You have debate, you have appearances, TV appearances, you tell them what you want to do yourself. And there is a connection. You see, when you have that power, when you finally get into the power, that connection is what will keep reminding you why you are there. But if you have no connection like Tifnumbu has no connection with anybody. The only connection Tifnumbu has with everyone is how much of his generosity is extended to you. The stolen money that he's been swimming in, himself and his own co-travelers. So all they're after is how to actually buy you. Exactly. If you sit with them and you want to be honest, you will see how empty they are. Or lack of any real workable plan for Nigeria, because there's no real plan. The only plan that is there is the plan of how they would have their own share to the feel of the spoil of that contraption. Give me a second. One of them is talking. I'm coming back.
I'm just driving to the airport. I'm going past a number of petrol stations and seeing the fuel queues at the petrol stations. A lot of people, going through the pain and hardship trying to get fuel. It's so sad, honestly. It's so painful when you see it. I think just 2 weeks ago it was all about contaminated fuel, and now they can't even get fuel. And really, you know, it didn't need to be like this. Because I remember when I was Senate President, I think it was November 2016, myself, Speaker, Minister of State Petroleum, we sat down and worked out a way to get out of this fuel subsidy and easy supply and distribution of fuel. By the cooperation of the labor stakeholders, even the buy-in of Mr. President. And I don't know what happened later on. They got to reverse this policy and see where we are today. And it's so painful. You know, it should really need not be like this. And the sad part about it is that today I hear now that crude oil is at $135. And you know we're not going to benefit from all that. What's the solution? The only solution really is that we have to vote out a government. The ruling party has not performed. The APC government has not delivered on those promises, particularly this that's giving so much hardship. Nigerians should just go out, get the PVC and vote this ruling party out, APC out in 2023 and vote for PDP.
Nuisance, Lele.
Just one of them, the old stuff, right? Somebody said this is another fool. Director Scott, you are so right. These people say greed, selfishness, as well as self-centeredness, which is the main thing, prompted them to gang up against one of them. Good luck, Egbere Jolantan, a supposed minority from the south, hoping they could usurp him, take over the power for themselves. Himself and Atiku, today, they've lost everything politically, let's be honest. But that's him, Saraki. They are all looking in the behind to come back. He has become almost absolute nothing in the Kwara politics now. He's from his own father down to him, until he tore his entire family apart, all because of all this power drunk as well. So they found themselves and they took themselves to go and strengthen another jihadist party called the APC, all for power. At the end of the day, he became a Senate president, and that was it. Since then, he's more or less like a living dead politician waiting to be revived by some of you that will always go back to or give life back to these career criminals. I was talking about Tifnumbu. And the way Tifnumbu come in, no connection with you. So he has nothing. He paid everyone to do what he wanted, and they brought him to this power. And those are the people that he's probably hold, not you. Everything else they are saying to you is just, just kind of like drama. I'm going to need I'm going to need about 2-3 minutes, right? Agbeke is downstairs, and I really need to get her up here, okay? I will be back, and when I come back, I should take calls. Let's have a chat for like an hour before we call it some money, right? I will be back in, let's say in about 3 minutes or 5. Don't go anywhere.
Disable, àtisẹ́tẹ́, àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́, àtisẹ́tẹ́, tìtó òdìmú òdodo òsì mọ́, àtisẹ́tẹ́, òdìsí.
speak in tongue. Thank you very much for holding forth. So, yeah, that is pretty much that this morning. But the line, like I said, is meant to be opened. But I'm thinking, should we do it now or just do that later? Or we should just use the full hour or so? But I decided that, you know one thing, right? Let's leave it as it is now, okay? And then when I come back later this evening, we should have enough space to have our chats. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. I'm going to see you later this evening. And I hope I see you. Good afternoon.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun diary diary politico. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gbà rìbá. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.